Hey everybody, this is Death by D4 and welcome to my guide on how to roll an insane amount of D6s in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. There's a lot to go over, so be sure to subscribe and let's dive right on in. First off, allow me to preface this video by saying that I will not be taking magic items into consideration, as there's basically no guarantee that you'll ever be able to find any specific magic item during every campaign. As well, I'm only going to be looking into the highest possible number of D6s that a single player could roll for just one of their own turns. So no help from any friends, and I will not be taking modifiers or other bonuses into consideration. Anyway, with that all said, let's begin. Now, when you're creating your character, pick the Bugbear as your race, and pick the Rogue as your starting class. Once you've done that, get yourself to 20th level. While you're doing that, be sure to pick the Assassin as your Rogue subclass, and take the Martial Adept feat with the Pushing Attack maneuver. Finally, equip yourself with 2 short swords, each coated with purple worm poison, and you're ready to roll. Well, almost. There's actually just one more thing that you need, and that's a 200-foot tall cliff with a solid bottom. Once you find yourself one, stake it out until some poor and unfortunate creature of size large or smaller with no flying speed comes up to its edge and turns its back towards you. Then, just sneak up behind it. Honestly, this should be quite easy for you, what with you being a rogue and all. That said, if you want to improve your chances, wait for a creature like a drow to show up, as its sunlight sensitivity will grant it disadvantage on all perception checks made while in direct sunlight. Sure, it would be incredibly unlikely for this to occur, but that doesn't mean that it is impossible either. You know, honestly, this is starting to sound a lot like my insane amount of D4 videos, isn't it? Well, at the very least, trust me, this is all going to play out very differently in the end. Now, after you've snuck up on the drow, attack it using one of your poison-coated short swords. Assuming that you've surprised it, your attack lands, and it fails its DC 19 Constitution saving throw, you'll deal 1d6 piercing damage with your short sword, 2d6 piercing damage with your Bugbear's surprise attack feature, 10d6 piercing damage from your 20th level sneak attack, and 12d6 poison damage from your purple worm poison. Already this gives you 25 d6s to roll, and we're just getting started. With your Assassinate feature, all successful attacks made against a surprised creature turn into critical hits, which means that all the damage dice that you get will be doubled. So instead of 25 d6s, you actually get 50 d6s. Wow, what a number! But we're still not done yet. With your other short sword, perform an offhand attack and use the Pushing Attack maneuver. Again, assuming that the drow fails its DC 19 Constitution saving throw, you'll deal another 1d6 piercing damage with the short sword, 1d6 piercing damage with your superiority die from the Pushing Attack maneuver, and 12d6 poison damage from the purple worm poison, granting you an additional 14d6s to add to your roll total. However, since the drow is still surprised at this point, your Assassinate feature will trigger again, doubling the added damage to 28 d6s, giving you a new total of 78 d6s to roll. Unfortunately, we don't get to use your Bugbear's surprise attack or your Rogue sneak attack feature again, but that's fine, we're still not actually done yet. Remember that I told you to use the Pushing Attack maneuver on that second hit? Well, because you've done that, and we'll just assume that the drow failed its strength saving throw as well, you've now pushed it straight off the edge of that 200-foot tall cliff, causing it to fall all the way down into solid earth. With an added 1d6 for every 10 feet that they fall, you'll receive an additional 20 d6s worth of bludgeoning damage to your roll, giving you a new grand total of a whopping 98 d6s. Wow! That's a lot of dice, and a lot of damage. I mean, seriously, I haven't even done the math yet, and I'm pretty sure this is capable of killing most any creature in the entirety of 5th edition. You know, assuming that they have no resistances, immunities, and the ability to fly, all that good stuff. At the very least, your drow here certainly lacks all of that, so that's good. Anyway, speaking of damage, by taking your Death Strike feature into account, where the damage of each attack made is doubled if the drow fails its Constitution saving throws, that means you're looking to deal a ludicrous average of 616 points of damage with a rollable range of 176 to 1056. I mean, holy cow! I think this might be the first time I've ever seen a damage number 4 digits long in 5th edition. I mean, that's enough to kill your drow around 47 times over on average. That is just insane. If something like this ever happened to one of my own characters during a game, well, I mean, at least it would be a good story to tell everybody in the end. I'll say that much. And that's it. That's everything you need to know in order to roll an insane amount of d6s in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Is it possible for us to go even higher? Probably. But what do you guys think? Would you like me to do more videos like this in the future? Let me know down in the comments below. If you'd like to support the channel, be sure to give this video a like and consider supporting me over on Patreon. Patreon supporters gain access to my Patreon-only server over on Discord, where you can join in on my games and chat with me and other patrons about anything D&D related. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you haven't, and if you're interested in more videos of mine, here's one right up over here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next video.